I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design Magazine and talking about a home show on the radio. And we are celebrating Under the Stars here at historic Middleton Inn Plantation for the AIA Charleston 2010 Design Awards. And we're talking with Sam Herin with Stubbs, Muldrow, Herin Architects. How are you doing, Sam?
I'm doing fine. It's a beautiful evening.
It sure is. Congratulations on being nominated for, I believe it's 4 projects that are up for an award tonight.
That's correct. I think it's St. John Beloved Catholic Church in Somerville, Mount Pleasant Academy in Mount Pleasant. We got an unbuilt project, a pedestrian bridge over Folly Road, and the Folly Beach Holiday Inn project.
Well, tell me about the Mount Pleasant Academy, because I've seen that one in particular.
Yeah, that's a very interesting project, and the fact that it was built on a somewhat pre-developed site, an existing school going back on an existing site, and it was able to go back on that site even though it was smaller than the state standards because of new legislation that allowed schools to be rebuilt in their existing sites, kind of reinforcing the idea of community.
Right. And is that the one near Alhambra Hall?
That's correct. It's just off of Center Street in the old village of Mount Pleasant.
Super, and I'm sure you had a lot of input from the residents in Old Mount Pleasant, too.
Oh, that's the great thing about working in an area like the old village of Mount Pleasant. We're getting ready to design another project in downtown Charleston, and it's one of the neat things about Charleston is the community interest in architectural projects.
Right. Tell us about the Folly Beach Holiday Inn project.
Well, everybody's probably familiar with the old Holiday Inn on Folly Beach. It was somewhat of an eyesore. It's a very large building and a very humble little place, and the owner of that building wanted us to renovate it such that once you entered the building you kind of realized immediately you were at the beach. Instead, before it previously was just a big concrete wall, and we really opened up the first floor so as you enter the lobby you immediately see the ocean.
That's terrific. And how about the St. John the Beloved?
It was a nice 1960s, 1970s kind of contemporary Catholic church in Somerville, and they wanted to expand their sanctuary. And the idea behind that expansion was to kind of carry on the tradition of the architecture, but also kind of create a new central focus point with the baptismal font.
And it's kind of interesting. I guess this is a reflection of the economy that this year they had a category for unbuilt projects, and you've got the Folly Beach pedestrian bridge, which hasn't been built yet, but has been completely designed.
Yes, the idea behind that is some people are familiar with the bikeways west of the Ashley, and this was to connect across Folly Road the bikeway, which was an old railroad bed, and we were working with a firm out of Columbia that does commercial bridge work and designed this bridge to kind of create that link. Reason things are unbuilt are because of lack of funding.
Right. Well, hopefully that'll get funded soon, and we'll be able to see the finished work. Well, we've been speaking with Sam Herin with Stubbs, Muldrow, Herin Architects. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
You too.